Alright, instead of leaving that running along here next to the hole, I said to hell with it. I pushed it over there, which now that'll be on the outside of the fence, which is okay, I guess, not a big deal. So I don't have to worry about the boys. I was going to use that as like a barrier right there, but over here. But now that I've moved it, I may just cut it up and use it for firewood. But then I still have those trees up there I have to get down. There's two of them laying down up there. So this one's been sitting for a while, so I'll just let it sit here just in case I decide to use it for something else. However, though, there is a little piece right sticking there that's preventing me from going over more because it's hitting that tree, so I will cut that off so I can push it over about another 1.5 feet, 2 feet. I don't want to take any more good standing trees down. I really don't like taking trees down that are that have a chance. So that's why I try not to bury the root system too much. You know, you go a couple inches here, you know, a couple years later you can go another couple inches and it can help it. But if you put, you know, 10, 12 inches around the root system, around the bottom of the tree, it's not going to survive, and the next thing you know it's going to end up dying on you. So I'm going to take that piece off so I can push it over. And then I got to decide if I want to take that other tree down. That's the one that's puzzling me. Because if I take it down, I can move it over more. But is it worth losing a tree over? And that's it. Now this was all a mess a few minutes ago, as you remember. So I just cleared this all out. Oof. You know, it's a job only because it's a lot of angles. And, you know, just because it's a tractor doesn't mean that it won't tip over. It'll actually tip over easier because of the narrow wheelbase. So it's a tedious job sometimes when you're working in terrain, an area that you're not familiar with, or if it's overgrown. So, but you know, it can very easily tip over. Just in this little area here, if I have one wheel here and one wheel there, it's a strong possibility it could tip. You know, that little cutout right there, if I'm backing up around it and one wheel hits high and one wheel it can tip. So it takes time. Now, before I take the tractor out of this area, I will make sure that this is all flat enough so if it does get overgrown again, which it probably will because I won't get to it right away, at least I know that the ground beneath it is drivable and it's not going to tip the tractor. So I can maneuver around here a lot quicker. So I'm going to flatten all this out and make it so that you know, the whole thing will be safe. And then I'm going to decide if I want to cut that tree down or not. I'm not going to do that today. I'm done for today. So I did start widening out the hole because I am going to put some type of a foundation down here. So I started cleaning this up a little bit more. I think I'm going to take it out and drop this in because I can already see half of the root ball on this tree underneath, as you can see where I'm at here. So the only thing holding it is a little bit over here. So I'm probably going to take that out and maybe just put a little jog over here so that if I do put a foundation in, I can have a little jog. So if I want to put a fireplace in or something like that, I have the room for it if in fact I want to build or whatever I'm going to do with it. So, and this at that point you can straighten it right out. I just got to straighten that out without disturbing the growth up there because that's where the fence is going to go, and that's not going to come down right now as long as I leave it alone. So, but that's where we're at. So the fence is not going to come down around that rock as close as possible up to this tree, fallen tree. Regardless if it's where it is or over another 2 or 3 feet, it's going to come up to it. Then we're going to come down to here. I'm going to stay on the inside of that tree, down to that clean spot in the fill down there, and then across to that post over there. And I'm going to leave the back side of that done for now until I can get over there another time. Whew. And then I may tackle this in the next couple weeks. We'll see what happens. You know, the thing is, you know what's nice about it? The trees are nice to have, but the weeds and the growth, it looks like a nightmare to people. And if we do decide to sell this house in a year or so to move down south, this would sell a lot faster if this was usable. You know, people look at the property and say, that's a nightmare if I got to fix that. That's a nightmare. Not realizing that it's really not that bad, as long as you got a tractor, that is. So I may clear it down and spray it heavily with some commercial root killer and get rid of all of it, and at least have it looking like the rest of this is, so at least it's usable or less maintenance, you know. So we'll see what happens. Because like I say, if I walked in there right now, that's over my head. You don't realize it because that's how deep it is, but that's about a 12, maybe 14-foot drop in this particular area. I gotta say, this angle here is probably, I don't know, 40, maybe a 40 degree. Yeah, maybe, no, not maybe. Maybe it's a little too much. But anyway, we're done for now. I'm gonna drink a drink of water. I'm gonna wet myself down. And it will help the wife because she decided she wanted to cut the lawn with the push more. And I don't want her doing the whole thing by herself. So, and I can very easily put the cutter on this thing. But now she wants the exercise. You know what? And I need it myself. I went back to the gym, but it doesn't mean that I can't help around here.